Hey guys, Paul from Paul Sklar Fit. Welcome back. So you want big arms, and I know you've asked this question before, and I've shown you a lot of different ways. Today, I'm going to show you something new. I'm going to show you a different way to get your arms looking solid and big in a shirt and without a shirt. I've said this before. Biceps, typically, over the course of time, are known as a show of power. Anytime you get someone to show their strength, what's the first thing that they do? Right? Big squeeze. You don't ever see them go, lat spread, or hey, check these shoulders out, or boom, look at my triceps. It's always biceps. And we all know this. It's a guy thing. We like big arms. We like to have big biceps. We want people to know we work out just by looking at us, especially in a shirt. There are a lot of different ways to get your arms to grow. Some of them are pretty basic and some are a little bit out of the box. Today, I'm gonna go over one technique that I use in my workout programming to get my arms to really stand out. And this technique is relatively simple. It just involves supersetting, but it's also a little bit out of the box because most people don't do it the way that I'm about to show you. Now, most of the time when people want to grow their biceps, they start out and stick with standard biceps exercises, whether it be dumbbell curls, barbell curls, easy bar curls, cable curls, band curls. They all produce and create stimulus at the biceps and can really help the biceps grow. However, most people do them by themselves. Now, pull-ups and chin-ups are difficult enough by themselves. So most people, when they do their pull-up exercises, do them alone. They just do pull-ups or they just do chin-ups. They take rest in between and wait for the next set. And that is fantastic. That's great. I do that quite often. However, today I'm going to show you how to combine a chin-up and a curl to get max results in a relatively short amount of time. The goal here is to pre-exhaust the biceps and then attack again when the biceps are already fatigued. This is going to allow you to recruit more muscle fibers. So when the fibers are already tired, you're going to need more fibers in order to move more weight. So your brain is going to dig deep. It's going to tell your muscles, we need to recruit more muscle fibers if we're going to move this weight. So I want you to get ready. I want you to think outside of the box, and I want you to try this sequence. I'm going to show you two different compound exercises supersetted with single joint exercises, and you are going to be absolutely pumped by the time we get done. I'm going to quickly go over sets, reps, and rest times so that you know exactly what to do. Now, this is going to seem intuitive, but all you need to work out basically is a shirt, if you choose to wear one, a pair of shorts, and a pair of shoes. So entry into working out is very, very simple. I like to wear shirts that fit me. I don't like them too tight and I don't like them too loose. So when you're looking at a shirt that fills out your sleeves so that someone looks at you and goes, yeah, that guy's got big arms. I want my arms like that. You want to have a shirt, and I said this before, that cuts just above the biceps, or it can cut mid-biceps level as well. So when you're looking at it from the side, you can see the biceps moving. You can see that the person wearing the shirt works out. So this is the Havoc short sleeve shirt from Barbell Apparel. I've got them linked in the description. Great casual clothes and, of course, great workout gear. And don't forget, I've got my own line, the Sklar X and the Sklar X Fit line. You'll find that there as well. Okay, the first superset that we are going to do is a chin-up, followed immediately by a hammer curl. Everyone knows how to do chin-ups. Everyone knows how to do hammer curls. I'm going to give you a few tips on how to maximize the contraction during the chin-up and tips on how to maximize the contraction during the hammer curl. So we're going to start with 10 chin-ups. If you can't do 10 chin-ups on your own, use a band. Attach a band to the top of the bar, get your feet in it, use it for assistance, or find a weight-assisted machine that you can do pull-ups on, or you can take a bench, put it underneath you, jump up, hold the bar, slowly lower, jump up, hold the bar, slowly lower. So there are a couple of different techniques that you can use to get those pull-ups in. Now, if you struggle with chin-ups and pull-ups, if you really can't do these, the other option is to go to a lat pull machine, turn your grip so that you're in chin-up position, and do your chin-ups or pulls there. And that's fine also. But we're going to want to jump immediately into the hammer curls, so make sure that you've got your dumbbells with you and ready to go. Quickly, let's start with hand positions on a chin-up to maximize the contraction at the biceps. You want to make sure that you're slightly inside of your shoulders or about shoulder width. You don't want to go outside of the shoulders because it places way too much stress, in my opinion, on the rotator cuff, and you don't want to blow your rotator cuff out doing chin-ups. So take a grip slightly closer than shoulder width. That's what I typically like to do, or whatever you're most comfortable with. Now, when you start your chin up, you want to be ready, mind, body wise, to connect to your biceps, because there is a nice mix of back and biceps work in order to complete the actual chin up. So make sure you pay attention to the contraction at your biceps. I want to lead a little bit high with my chest, but not too much. I want to start really pulling with my biceps. So when I get to the top, I've got a very, very strong contraction. A nice big stretch. Once I feel my biceps start to release, I want to start again. So I want to maximize the amount of time that I am under tension. So that's number 3. We're going to get to 10, 4, and I'm squeezing just like I'm doing a curl. Got 4 reps to go. That's 4. Get as much stretch as you can in the biceps. 3, big squeeze though. 2, you should feel abdominals as well. Big, big squeeze. I may have left one out, so I'm going to get an extra one just in case. Big, big squeeze. My biceps are fatigued. Let's drop right down and get those hammer curls done. Now, the good thing about doing pull-ups first is that you should be slightly out of breath, so you get a cardiovascular benefit or a metabolic benefit to the exercise sequence as well. I'm going to have you take your arms and put them forward of your body. So from the front, you can see I'm locked in. Lats on triceps, triceps on lats. From the side, you can see I've got the dumbbells resting on my legs, chest nice and high. I'm gonna alternate, so I'm gonna big squeeze up and right back down. The goal here is to get 10 on each side. And I'm not just throwing these weights up, I'm contracting extra hard. I'm keeping slight tension on the biceps at the bottom of the exercise too. So I can completely relax my arm, or I can keep tension on the biceps, and this way I really don't have to use a lot of weight to make the contraction hard, to make it difficult. So again, you've got to really think about contracting hard at the biceps, because of course with a hammer curl there is activation at the brachialis and brachioradialis, and that helps with increasing arm size and the look of the arm as a whole. So we're almost done here. Again, 10 reps on each side. Big squeeze, and relax. Now, I use 25-pound dumbbells. I typically like to use a slightly lighter weight when I'm doing my hammer curls after I do my chin-ups, because my biceps are already pre-exhausted. If I use a weight that's too heavy, I'm not gonna be able to get a really, really strong contraction at the biceps, especially since it's a hammer curl. Now, if the weight's too heavy, you're gonna be fighting the weight the entire time. This is not a time where you want to have a big ego. This is a time where you want to concentrate on isolating and growing the biceps. So if the weight's too heavy, you're not going to get that isolation that you really, really want. You'll get other muscle groups that'll take over, and that's great because they're going to work too. But our goal, and you have to remember your goal, is to make the biceps grow. So that was one sequence. You're going to perform that sequence anywhere between 3 and 5 times, and I want you to take anywhere between 1 and 2 minutes rest in between each superset. Now on to the second and final superset of the day. This is a close grip landmine row supersetted with a standard alternating dumbbell biceps curl. Real simple, but extremely effective. Now, if you don't have a landmine or a landmine row, don't worry, no problem. You can substitute that exercise with a number of different exercises, such as a bent over dumbbell or barbell row, a seated cable row or standing cable row. And last resort, if you don't have any of those, you can do a standing or seated banded row. Now, my landmine is on the other side of the studio, so we're gonna take a walk. And while we take a walk, I wanna show you this. My wife actually picked this up for us. This is an adjustable grip for your barbell landmine row, and it's actually pretty cool. Check this out. So on your bar, a normal close grip row, you can't adjust it. This actually cinches on to the bar so that the bar doesn't move, and it's really neat. I've used it for the first time and I absolutely love it. So if I can get her to give me the link, I will link it in the description below. I don't even know what it's called. All I know is that it works pretty darn good. All right, we made it over to landmine. This is the opposite of what we did with the chin up and the hammer curl. So we're basically gonna start in the same position that we were in with the hammer curl and then work our way to the standard biceps curl. This is that grip I was telling you about. All we do is we take that grip, goes right around your bar, and it cinches in. So I don't even have to hold it. Regular bar falls right back down to the floor. This is awesome, it doesn't slide. And we're basically gonna take the same position that we do during a deadlift. You wanna maintain that position the entire time so that you don't go into the lower back. Make sure you're utilizing your legs, especially your hamstrings, your glutes, and your quads. So now that I've got my handle in position, I wanna make sure I maintain a nice straight back, and I wanna pull, of course, not only with my back, but with my arms. So a lot of times you'll see people fail during back exercises because they just use their arms. Our goal here is to get our arms tired. So I'm not only working and pulling from the back, but I'm really pulling and squeezing from the arms. So we want to get somewhere between 10 and 15 repetitions depending on the weight that you have on the bar. So you can see it's already getting heavy. My legs are already starting to shake. Ooh, out of breath. I'm gonna walk back to where I have my dumbbells, and we're gonna go straight into that alternating dumbbell curl. We're gonna try to get 10 on each side as well. Now, the thing I really love about combining compound exercises and single joint exercises is the cardiovascular conditioning effect that I get. Helps me stay lean, helps me stay muscular at the same time. And yes, you have to eat right in the kitchen, for sure. All right, the alternating biceps curl, dumbbell biceps curl, simple. We've got the arms at the sides. As always, lats and triceps glued together like you're holding a piece of paper. I want my weights slightly forward of the body. I don't want them all the way back. I don't want them all the way forward. So slightly forward of the body, big squeeze. Now again, I'm using lighter weight since my arms are already fatigued. We want to get 10 reps on each side. The one thing that I'm really doing is I'm creating tension. You'll take a look here, creating tension at the bottom of the exercise. So when I'm using my right arm, my left arm is still contracted. So I'm ready to go. I've got a very, very strong contraction at the bottom, and I'm utilizing the entire range of motion to get a nice tight squeeze. I'm not relaxing at the top. I'm not relaxing at the bottom. I'm staying contracted the entire time. You all know this as time under tension. We want to create as much of it as we can. So 10 reps on each side. I should be almost there. Big squeeze, arms are burning, forearms are burning as well. Tight and tight. Out of breath, arms pumped, you can see. Very, very simple. This is a great way to make your arms look big and hopefully stay big. And again, you know, if you're natural like I am, when the pump goes away, you're not as swollen. Now you're gonna do the same exact thing with the superset that I just showed you. 3 to 5 rounds, 1 to 2 minutes rest in between, and you should be fully ready to go. I really hope you enjoyed this workout. It's gonna be a good one. I want you to try to implement it into your program. Let me know in the comments if you did it and how it went. It should be really, really effective, and you should really yield excellent results. Again, not after the first time that you do it. Give it some time. It takes a few weeks to actually see some muscles grow. So don't get frustrated, stick with it, and all of the results will certainly follow. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and you know I enjoy working out, please like and subscribe to my channel. You know the deal. And of course, I will see you all the next time.